Hi, it's Dwyer, gamblersadvisory.com. Last night, a big-time slugger, big time, one of the hardest hitters pound for pound in the sport, with slightly above average boxing skills, wandered into the deep end of the pool against a guy with elite boxing skills and excellent timing. What Sugar Shane Mosley found out last night is that he simply did not have the boxing skills to compete with Floyd Mayweather. I don't believe Sugar Shane ever did. There's a difference between hand speed and boxing. Mosley has always been blessed with spectacular hand speed. The problem is when you look at his boxing, you notice that his jab really isn't a stinging jab. You notice that his head movement really isn't great head movement. His head is just not that elusive. You notice that when there's lulls in the action and he isn't close enough to go for the knockout, and look at his record, most of his fights have ended by knockout. He can actually be outboxed in the middle of the ring. Fans of Miguel Cotto found this out firsthand when during their fight, Shane Mosley backed up. Miguel Cotto then shifted to plan B and beat Shane Mosley, literally outboxed Shane Mosley in addition to landing power shots. Last night, unfortunately, Shane Mosley found out that once Floyd adapted to his style and once Floyd blocked the right hand that Mosley effectively and tellingly threw in the second round, this fight was over. And it was a bit astonishing because keep in mind, Mosley's one of the best left hookers in the sport. He used that left hook to take out Fernando Vargas in their rematch. He used that punch to take out Ricardo Mayorga. When he had Mayorga pretty much out on his feet, he chose to throw a left hook. That left hook was completely missing from last night's fight, not because Mosley didn't want to throw it, but because Mosley's left was completely neutralized by great defense, the great defense of the master, Money Floyd Mayweather. Now, let's think about a few things. 12 times 10 is 120. 12 times 9 is 108, right? 12 times 8 is 96. Shane Mosley last night, over 12 rounds, landed 92 punches, less than 8 a round. And keep in mind, this is a guy who went into the fight ranked among the very best in terms of being a pound for pound great, viewed as a future Hall of Famer. He had just taken out Antonio Margarito. Here in the biggest payday of his career, the biggest fight of his career, on the biggest stage of his career, he was only able to land less than 8 punches around. Such is the genius of Floyd Mayweather. And as you look at the fight, they actually show the punch stat number relatively early in the fight. It looks like Shane was landing a lot then. Ask yourself what happened over the last 8 to 10 rounds of that fight. Now, I believe this creates questions for which we know the answers. Right? The first question is, if Shane has a very effective left hand, knockout power in his left hand, and Floyd was able to completely neutralize the left, then the question begs itself, a left-handed fighter like Manny Pacquiao, What will he be able to do against Floyd Mayweather? Right? Keep in mind, Mayweather just shut down a great left hooker. Right? What does Manny Pacquiao bring to the table that Floyd Mayweather would not be able to shut down? Also, you saw the Margarito fight. Margarito against Mosley. You saw Mosley coming forward. You saw him destroying Margarito. Last night, you actually saw Floyd Mayweather coming forward. Right? Mayweather against one of the quickest-handed guys in boxing. Shane Mosley is blessed with great hand speed. And against the guy who is very aggressive. Right? Mosley came forward against Oscar De La Hoya. Mosley came forward against Antonio Margarito. Last night, you saw what happens when a Shane Mosley realizes that he can't land his punches, that his left's been neutralized, that the guy in front of him has him timed to the point where he can actually come forward. Well, let's ask the question, who has come forward against Manny Pacquiao? Has anyone? Have we seen Manny Pacquiao throw combinations while he's backing up? Now, I'm inviting people to make video responses, to leave comments for me here on YouTube. But really, these are the million-dollar questions, because if Manny Pacquiao isn't as good backing up as he is going forward, he's going to have problems against Floyd Mayweather. Because Floyd, of course, can back up. We saw him backing up in multiple fights, the Baldomir fight, the Ricky Hatton fight. In fact, if you recall, when he drops Hatton the first time, Hatton comes to him. Floyd's actually up on the ropes. Floyd, of course, times a beautiful check left hook. Right? So we know Floyd can fight backing up. The question is, can Manny Pacquiao? If the answer is no, then let's talk about fighters who, in my opinion, would have a better chance of beating Floyd than Manny Pacquiao. Right? You need a guy who can fight backing up, who can throw combinations, who is ambidextrous, can hit you with a right or a left hand, and who are going to throw enough feints to throw off Floyd's timing. Floyd can't be the lead dancer in this ballet. You need somebody else who can help dictate tempo and make the fight a different speed. That's the middleweight champion, Sergio Martinez. I'd like to see that fight made. Floyd's never won the middleweight title. Martinez also holds the junior middleweight title. Floyd got that against Oscar De La Hoya, but the middleweight title would be another feather in his cap. Quite frankly, I think Martinez against Mayweather is a toss-up. I think that's a much more dangerous fight for Floyd than Manny Pacquiao. Also, this month, you have a fight between Paul the Punisher Williams and Kermit the Killer Cintron. And all I can say is, in that second round, you saw Shane Mosley come right over Floyd's left jab. Floyd throws the left and then gets hit with a right hand by Shane Mosley. You need a guy who is tall enough to come over Floyd's left jab to get inside Floyd's defensive shell. I believe guys who can do that are the two guys fighting this month, Paul Williams and Kermit Cintron. You also need a guy who has a better jab than Shane Mosley. Keep Floyd off of him when necessary. Right? Take a look at the jabs you're going to see flashed in the fight coming up this month. Also, take a look at the jab that Sergio Martinez flashed that busted up both of Kelly Pavlik's eyes in their recent match. I know the boxing public wants to see Floyd Manny Pacquiao. I believe that fight's a mismatch. I think Floyd takes that fight. Sometimes the best boxers out there, the best matchups out there, are with lesser known boxers. And let me just say, Cintron, Williams, Martinez, they have all been champions in their careers. Martinez right now has the belt at 160. Let's hope Floyd takes the toughest fight and not the biggest payday. Let me know your thoughts. Visit us at gamblersadvisory.com. Tell me what I got wrong.